welcome you to Miami, Florida. I'm Ed Cohen with Jay Williams. And Jay, this might be the greatest club in the NBA.
Ooh, Ed, I'm ready. I'm really relaxed, but I get worried. The letters MIA is actually a distress signal. I've seen it personally. A lot of players go missing in action in South Beach.
Well, come on inside the AAA American Airlines Arena and the start of this one here tonight. Here we go. Cleveland starts with the basketball. And scores at the basket. Great body control, Jay. He was a freight train down the lane.
Hey, at least this time he puts it up.
Dragic into the front court. Down 2. Richardson. Can't connect from inside. The follow won't go either. To Hill. Yes, and the foul. And a chance at 3 coming up.
The defender was actually in a good position there. They even made a decent play on the ball. But sometimes those bounces go the other way. Still, stay aggressive out there.
George Hill at the line for a chance at a three-point play. For his career, 80% at the line. Free throw good to finish off the three-point play. The lead is up to 5. He'd have the basketball. Dragic to Richardson for 3, and Josh Richardson knocks down a wide-open look.
But it was how he created the shot. As a defender, there's a tendency to stand up when you stare at the ball. Offensive player recognized that, continuously moved without the ball. Bang, that's how he set it up.
Hill buries it on the catch and shoot.
Every hero needs a good sidekick. Nice find to set up the 3.
Dragic with it. A minute gone by here in the opening quarter. Not that time.
Woo, I like that intensity on that play. That's how you actually dig in the dirt and do your job on the defensive end.
Beyond the arc for 3. Can't do much better than that. Kyle Korver misses the shot. Kevin Love tips it.
Don't stare him down like that afterwards.
Dwayne Wade to Whiteside. Josh Richardson. He made his first effort, but not that time. To George Hill. George Hill, 3 for 3. That's a perfect start.
One can make the case he might be glad he didn't get the and one.
Dragic with the basketball. Right now, down 7. To Wade. Here comes the screen. Wade to Richardson. Jay, sometimes it's not just the Heat that does opponents in Miami.
I've been a victim to this multiple times when we have played the Heat, and I think other franchises from cold cities have been the same. There's a reason why the Miami Heat have such an advantage down here on South Beach. You catch them on an off night, it's rare that opposing teams are ready to play.
Dragic into the front court. 9-point margin. He'll go to the foul line to shoot.
Hey, look, sometimes you need to feel out your opponent. Let them know you're there. I'm okay with that early foul.
What's up? Welcome to the stream, buddy. Welcome to the stream. Checking out the first round NBA playoffs 2019 season 5 on Devin Smith YouTube station. Cleveland Cavaliers seed 4 are taking on Miami Heat.
No good on the
5,
second. It's a 1-of-2 trip.
Cleveland leads the series 2-all right now. Hopefully if they win
And
this
the
game, they'll
reward,
lead
he's going to
3-all.
the line.
Trust me, you want to avoid
This is
early
an
foul
excellent
trouble.
series.
Take that one as a warning.
And I have the other playoff series games too on my channel as well. Great matchup. First round.
Tristan Thompson has got 2 shots coming. He wants this number up. 60% career free throw shooter. First try, no good. Good bounce back. Hits the second. It's a 1-of-2 trip.
No doubt, no
Miami's
doubt.
got it.
Definitely, thank you. I got more great videos to come.
Warren Dragic.
I got a lot of great videos to come, you know.
That's what I'm talking about. And
it's going to be
that
good,
simple.
man.
Put the ball in the bucket.
I can't wait for that
into the
new
front
MLB
court.
baseball
His
to come
team
out.
up by 7. Counts the bucket for 2.
As my mother would say to
Looking
the
into
defender,
a lot
for
of hot
effort,
sport games.
F for results.
A lot of hot sport games and other different events. No doubt.
Pass stolen by the Cavs. To Korver. Cruises inside for 2.
Well, when you play for each other and not just for yourself, that's when great things happen. You essentially lose yourself in what the team is trying to accomplish. It's called unselfish basketball. And there's nothing more beautiful than rewarding your teammate with a nice pass and letting them finish for 2 or 3 points.
Team foul number 2. First foul in the final 2 minutes. Subbing in, the Cleveland Cavaliers.
Dragic. Pulled in by Kevin Love. To Korver. Lets it fly from long range. That's how you defend.
Shooters shoot, period. I don't want to hear any excuses. That's why you're on the floor. You keep doing what you're doing with that superior confidence.
Cavaliers with the basketball. George Hill goes to the left side. Fires the 3. Shot off the mark. Good defense. The follow won't go either. Grabs his own miss and scores. Good concentration.
Contact on a drive can be a beautiful thing. Making those tough shots can really help you build a mental advantage over your defender.
Kevin Love snatching it out of the air.
Ed, that's light work for a guy with his ability.
Tristan Thompson sends it away.
Just incredible timing on that swat.
Kevin Love swats it.
That's why a rim protector is a necessity in this game.
Hood gets it in the right corner to Rodney Hood. Going to launch beyond the arc. Rodney Hood couldn't get open. Misses the shot. He was hacked. They let it go. From long range. Working hard on the glass. Nice pace, sets it up, and slams it down.
The assist from number 7, Warren Dragic.
Deep 3 at the buzzer. That misses with a second to go. 1 quarter down. The Cavs with a sizable advantage. Ed Cohen, Jay Williams with you as we get things started here in the second quarter. It's the Heat with the possession. Dragic to Waiters. Oh, with the foul. And a chance coming up at the line.
I say this a lot, and it's only because coaches harp on it all the time. Read the scouting report. Know who you can and should send to the line. This is a case of knowing a shooter probably had a better chance of hitting a jumper than he does of hitting the free throws.
First one, count it. And gets both to drop at the line. Has a look. Knocks it down from mid-range.
Ooh, cool, calm, and collective. The 3 C's. His handles are effortless.
Dragic with it. Trailing by 11. Got a piece of him.
Jumping out the gym right now, Ed.
Great anticipation. Cleveland has the basketball. Thompson to Rodney Hood. Fires the three. Misfires. It's no good. Dragic with the basketball. Down 11. Yes, and a foul. He'll have a chance at a three-point play.
That was such a great job by the offensive player. Knowing that you're probably going to take some lumps here and there, but still remaining aggressive throughout the shot and getting a crack at the extra point.
Goran Dragic trying to cash in on the three-point play. Shooting 50%. Some yes, some no in this contest. Free throw is good to finish off the three-point play. And the margin down to 8. Drive here, but the shot stays out. Dragic into the front court. We're a minute into the second quarter. Five to shoot for Miami. Curling inside. From the outside, no good. Trying to cash in, and he drains it.
Well, they have such great flow to their offense this evening. The ball isn't sticking to one player individually. It's moving around the perimeter, and it's zipping. They're playing with a special cohesiveness.
And they call it.
Timing was just a tad bit off.
Looks like both teams are making substitutions. Larry Nance Jr. sends it away.
Just erasing mistakes left and right.
Ball in possession of Cleveland. Hill calls out of bounds. Last touch by George Hill. Dragic with it. They find themselves down 10 to Richardson. How you practice leads to that. Nice pump fake.
And sometimes less is more. Keeping it simple is the best way.
Hill across the timeline. Looking to make something happen. Love. Great defense, forcing the miss.
Great contest by the D, but I want to see the coaching staff call the same exact play the next possession. Get that offensive player the ball. Let him prove that it wasn't the D. It was more in his own head.
To Love. Has a chance, and he knocks it down, Jay.
I don't know what the point of you having a scouting report is if you don't utilize it. You're allowing him to get to positions on the floor where you know he feels most comfortable. Make it a challenge for him by making him do something uncomfortable.
Richardson to Dragic. Shot clock for the Heat down to 3. Deep 2 there, won't go. Smith with it up top. It's an 8-point lead. 4-3. Still hasn't hit from deep in the first half. No good.
Just because you're an elite shooter doesn't mean you need to shoot the ball every possession. Maybe give a head fake, crack into the defender, get to the free throw line, see the ball go in the hole.
Josh Richardson, tough shooting. Only 2 for 6 after that make.
I'm not sure that wasn't an offensive foul, but take it when you can get it.
Hill. Now that's a contest. Yes, and the foul. And a chance at 3 coming up.
The offense has very little to lose on those type of plays if they know they can, number 1, create contact, and number 2, still get the ball up. You need to assert yourself fully on the defensive end by initiating the contact and not allowing the offensive player to get that ball above his waist.
Goran Dragic at the line for a chance at a three-point play, shooting 66% in this contest. Free throw is good to cap off the three-point play, and the lead is down to 3. Hill into the front court. Final minute, first half. Cavs with 4 to shoot. Hill knocks it down. That was a tough shot.
Even though the coach initially may not like that shot, now he's clapping because that ball went in.
Dragic with the basketball. Down 6. Nothing going here on that drive. Five to shoot for Miami. Not that time. Lets it fly from beyond the arc. He still can't find his range from deep. It's no good. He'll let one fly from half court. First half comes to an end. The Cavaliers have the lead.
Time for the Rose Report at halftime, and it's brought to you by EA Sports. The Cavaliers put together a nice half and were rewarded with a solid lead. It was their playmaking, the way they gave each other scoring opportunities. That really impresses me. I love seeing unselfish basketball like that. These are the guys getting buckets for the Cleveland Cavaliers. The Heat were unable to find an offensive floor in the opening half, and someone needs to step up offensively if they plan to win this game. Not a single player has gotten in the double digits yet. Have a look at the leading scorers for the Miami Heat.
Game track. Assists. Player of the half.
Tristan Thompson tallied a lot of blocks in the first half and really made his presence known on the defensive end. I bet we end up seeing the opposition get even more timid around him.
Who was cold?
No one wants to be picked for this segment, but he couldn't avoid it. Maybe he'll turn things around in the second half. Here we go with the top plays from the first half.
Number 2. Number 1.
Back to Ed and Jay to bring you the second half action.
Spinning shot won't fall.
And one of the most underrated things in this game is quick lateral speed. Good job by utilizing that speed and taking away the lane.
Got it.
Great job using that shoulder to create contact with the defender without hesitation.
Dragic into the front court. His club staring up at an 8-point deficit. Oh,
He sent that one to the third row.
he was locked in. That was impressive. gets to the basket, but it's no good.
And you see so many players quit on a play after they were beat the first time, but not him. He stayed on his hip, he fought back, and he made the player miss the shot. That's great defense.
Dwayne Wade to Whiteside. Wide open look, won't go. Oh, big finish at the rim. Jay, let's see if that's a sign for him.
Well, he's been pretty much non-existent the first 3 quarters, but when you have a play like that, that can get the juices going, and that can help you with your offensive rhythm.
You need a brick wall to defend this guy. One of the best in the game, Kyle Korver.
Ed, let me tell you how this one goes. It ain't no fun if the homies can't have some. Everyone's getting a piece of the rock tonight.
Dwayne Wade, not shaken for the early struggles. Maybe this is a sign of things to come.
There you go. I like seeing scoring coming from unlikely sources.
George Hill to Love. Here's a chance from long range, and Kevin Love, no hesitation, hits the catch-and-shoot 3.
That shot was nice, but that pass, that was the real highlight. Good teams always find a way to get the best shot available.
Dragic to Richardson. Here comes the screen. Richardson doesn't get the bounce. To Korver. For 3. Can't do much better than that. Kyle Korver misses the shot.
Shooters shoot, period. I don't want to hear any excuses. That's why you're on the floor. You keep doing what you're doing with that superior confidence.
Five to shoot for Cleveland. Love. He engulfed him that time. Dragic with it. The deficit now up to 13. That's out. Last touch by Gore and Dragic.
Take care of the ball.
Both teams tweaking their lineups. Here come some changes. Hill to Rodney Hood. Beyond the arc for 3. That's off the side of the rim, no good. To Dragic. Josh Richardson. Oh, 3 for 8. He's got to do better.
Clearly not afraid of the spotlight here, because that was not an easy look.
To Korver. Lets it fly from long range. Can't go down. Smothering defense. To Dragic. Nice pace. Sets it up and slams it down. Here on their home floor, they're chipping away.
I mean, does this crowd have a pulse? Are they even alive? Sometimes when you make a play like that, your crowd needs to get you back in this ball game.
Cavs with 4 to shoot. To Love. Has a look. Kevin Love. He's 3 of 5. 60% shooting from the field.
If you're coaching against this player, you have to throw some fake traps, some fake schemes. How are you making this player think instead of just naturally reacting?
Great look and vision. Tristan Thompson pins it. Looking to push. Cavs at the controls. To Korver. Add 2 points to the board.
And the true test of a team's character is how they respond when they get hit in the mouth. Keep digging.
Now the Heat going to use a timeout as their coach wants to get a word in with his guys here in this 3rd quarter. Time to adjust. Both coaches making changes on the floor. Shot from the lane won't go. To Colin Sexton. Nice pass to set things up.
2 points. Take them any way you can get them.
It's the Heat with the possession. To Waiters. And count the basket.
The one thing we know for certain in this league, it doesn't matter how big the margin is, you can always put together a run and get back in this one.
Love. That misses with 3 seconds left. Long heave from three-quarters court. There's the buzzer. 3 quarters complete. The Cavaliers enjoying a healthy lead. The Cavaliers start with the basketball here in the 4th quarter. And if they were looking good at halftime, Jay, they're really looking good now.
They really turned up that intensity in the 3rd quarter. They were looking to put this game out of reach, and they've come out close to doing it.
Love. Well defended. Waiters to Dragic. Trying to cash in. Can't connect. The follow won't go either. Smith into the front court. His team on top by 13. With the fadeaway. Burns him for the basket.
Well, we got a chance to firsthand watch something be created. I think we just watched an epidemic of passing. I've never seen something like this before. It was so contagious, everybody started to do it, and it ultimately led to the other team's demise.
If that's an epidemic, sign me up.
Make the next one.
To Love. Unbothered by the defense as he drills it.
This type of game needs to be celebrated. This is the type of culture that is fostered when you play with unselfish players. When you give up a little bit of yourself and you make your teammate look great, that's the difference between winning and losing. So when you see these guys smiling, when you see them giving each other high fives, that's because of the energy that was created from the pass. Pass is one of the most brilliant things we have in this game.
Dragic with the basketball. Down a bundle. Fires the 3. They have to keep him in their grasp.
Ooh, that confidence level is so superior. Whenever you start jacking back on defense before the ball even goes through the net, that speaks for itself.
He missed his first 4 from downtown. He finally gets a 3 to go.
I'm going to tell you what every shooter thinks after he misses 4 in a row. One has to go in eventually.
From the painted area, won't go down.
It's easy for the offense to get agitated when you keep turning around and the defense is right there in your face. The jarring is only going to escalate.
To Whiteside. Finishing inside the paint on that one.
He's been doing this for years. The physicality in which he plays. No one wants to see that. You're going to leave the game with black and blue marks all over your body.
Now the Cavs going to signal for timeout as they'll talk things over here in this 4th quarter. Mixing things up. Hockey line substitutions. Both teams making changes.
Entering
a chance. George Hill. He's now shooting 5 for 7.
You know, it reminds me, Ed, of a story a legendary coach once told me. He said, if you ever get in a fight, you're not going to hit somebody with an open hand, correct? You'll probably break a finger. But if you hit somebody with the fist, what is that? That's 5 fingers working collectively together as one. That's how you deliver a knockout punch, and that's what we're seeing tonight.
To Love. Going to launch beyond the arc. That's good D. Shot no good.
Just because you're an elite shooter doesn't mean you need to shoot the ball every possession. Maybe give a head fake, crack it to the defender, get to the free throw line, see the ball go in the hole.
To J.R. Smith. Gets it in the right corner. Has a look. Jumper's good.
From somebody who loved to score a lot himself. Defensively, if you are guarding me in a parallel position, I can have whatever I want when I want. You have to force this guy to go one direction, make him go towards his weak hand, and then contest that shot.
Cavaliers with the basketball. George Hill to Korver. Trying to cash in. Korver's shot misses.
You know, Ed, everybody gives so much credit to the guy who contested the shot, but there's no way he's in that position without the communication of the backbone of the defense. When you have a guy back there who can block shots and tells you to apply more pressure, you know you're in a safe place.
Gets it to go, and the foul.
So many times we get on the defender for quote-unquote letting the offensive player score on an and one. Sometimes there's a lucky bounce, but more often than not, it's the offensive player who makes the play happen despite the defender's best intentions.
Tristan Thompson trying to cash in on a three-point play. Shooting 50%. Some yes, some no in this contest. Free throw's good as they continue to widen their lead. Miami with the basketball. To Waiters. From long range, Cavs able to clear the rebound. Smith now into the front court. Looking to make something happen. Fires the three. Well, with JR, it can be no, no, no. Yes, when it goes in.
I love the pure confidence on that jumper. He takes that three despite the defender being right in front of his face. That's borderline disrespectful.
To Whiteside. Hassan Whiteside. Now 4 for 9.
Look, there was barely any contact on that last play. I agree with the ref's no call. Let him play.
Hill to Korver. Over to the right side. Love. A fundamental shot right there.
Well, the shooting has been spectacular, but one of the things that I've seen as the difference maker in this ball game is how they are catching the basketball. They're not establishing a pivot foot, which leaves the defense wondering which way you can drive, but when that shot is working like that, you got it any way you want it.
To Love. 4-3. Well defended, but Kevin Love still hits it from 3.
You know, from a point guard perspective, one of the things that I learned when I played in the league was that the more I was willing to give the ball up, the harder other players were willing to run to their spots. The harder the bigs were running to the rim. The harder the three-point shooters were running to the three-point line because they knew they could be active recipients. And when they caught the ball, they knew exactly what to do with it.
Just not going down.
The most important thing a shooter can do is continue to shoot. The defense is always going to give great effort, but it's more of your psyche that goes into the next shot that will limit you on whether you make the shot or not.
Waiters. Offensive board. Basket's good on the follow. Way to stay with it. Deep three at the buzzer. The Cavs are victorious as they cruise to win a game that was never really in doubt. That does it. For my partner, Jay Williams, and our entire crew, I'm Ed Cohen. This has been a presentation of the NBA on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. As we say, so long, everyone.
And I've got your EA Sports post-game wrap-up. The Cavaliers put their opponents away in a blowout. The scoring display they put on is going to be hard to forget. It's hard to imagine anyone doesn't come away impressed with how effectively they score their points. Check out the leading scores for the Cleveland Cavaliers. The Heat did not look good in this one, and neither did the score. My advice for these guys is not to watch any TV tonight, because it's not going to help them forget about this game. Everyone is going to be talking about this one. Check out the leading scores for the Miami Heat.
Game track. Assists.
The Cleveland Cavaliers played fantastic team basketball today. Ball movement is clearly what separated these two squads.
Player of the game.
Kevin Love put up the kind of points that made him an easy choice for this award. He couldn't be stopped. And when he realized he was in a zone, he just took it to another level.
Who was cold?
Every player that makes it to the NBA is a great athlete. But even the best players have their off nights. Today was just one of those days for this guy. Here are the top plays.
Number 2. Number 1.
On behalf of ESPN on EA Sports, I'm Jalen Rose, and it's been our pleasure to present you with some NBA basketball.